Hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to see business communication, its meaning, what all elements of business communication that we'll find. We are going to see the process in detail. Okay, so let's start with what is meant by business communication, what it involves. So basically communication involves sending and receiving the messages, and basically it aims at creating some understanding. Okay, so exchange of information, exchange of opinion takes place, then only we can say that the communication has happened successfully. For transferring this information and our opinions, that we make use of different things, that is facial expressions, words, then body language. All these different things are going to communicate what we mean to say to a person. So that is the reason why communication involves not only the words, facial expressions and your body language as well. So whenever we think of communicating successfully, we have to not only think about the words but also think about the message which is being communicated and the medium which is being used. Next slide talks about how the communication should be. Communication should be accurate, timely and exact. Okay. So it should not be too much lengthy, it should not be too much complicated. You need to make it crisp and simple. There are different modes of communication. To make it simple, we have categorized into verbal and non-verbal communication. Let us see the definition of communication. Communication is exchange of thoughts, messages, information using speech signals, writing or behavior. So communication not only means what you are saying, what you are writing, but it also means what you intends for. Okay, so second definition goes like, it's a process of transmitting message, thoughts, opinions, okay, facts, ideas, views from one person to the other. And that is the reason why we say communication always involve minimum two people. One will be the sender of the message and the other one will be the receiver of the message. Okay, so it is some of all the things that intend for meaning something. So whenever you think of exchanging thoughts, opinions and all that, so whatever media, whatever mode, whatever things that you are using to make or to create understanding, that will be termed as communication. In the next slide, we'll see what are the general objectives of communication. So basically communication means, or communication is used for transferring the information and facts and opinions of people, to create understanding, to educate people, to train them for certain purpose, to create and maintain good human relations, and to create understanding, and sometimes for creating or getting entertained. Okay, so now which specific to business, we'll see what are the objectives. So objectives of managerial communication, basically all the managers are responsible for achievement of organizational objectives, and that is the reason why they are communicating properly. So in addition to this communication also aims at improving individual performance, efficiency, to build good human relations, to ensure organizational growth in long term, and also to develop organizational culture where people will feel comfortable to work in. Next slide will cover the process of communication. So process of communication starts with generating some idea in the mind of a speaker. Okay, so the first thing, that idea comes to someone's mind to communicate something, so that is what is idea generation. Okay, so encoding the message, so whatever thought that you have, you want to encode it properly so that the other person will understand it. So you are trying to select some of the words, some of the phrases, body language to communicate this message properly to the people. Third is dispatch and reception. Now From sender's point of view, we are talking about dispatch, and from receiver's point of view, we are talking about the reception of message. Next process or the next stage is decoding of message. Now, the receiver will try to decode the message. Whatever knowledge, whatever common sense that he has, he is going to make use of it, and he is going to arrive at some other the meaning based on his background knowledge. Very important step of communication is feedback. It will be very difficult for the speaker to understand whether the receiver has got the message or not. Okay. So this process we are going to see with the help of some diagrams. Okay. So here you can see sender or a speaker who is trying to encode the message, and he is trying to use some other kind of a media for communicating this message. Okay, now receiver is going to decode this message. So whatever understanding, whatever experience, whatever knowledge that he has, he will try to decode the message sent by the speaker, and then he is going to give some response or feedback to the speaker. So you can see this is a continuous process. If there is any noise in the environment, this particular process may not be carried out successfully. So we are going to see different barriers to the communication afterwards. For time being, just understand this is how the process of communication takes place. This is one more diagram which will help you understand the process. So here you can find sender, here is a receiver. So sender is nothing but a speaker and receiver is the listener. So sender is sending the message. If there is any noise or if there is any barrier, that message may not be communicated properly. From the process which we discussed in the earlier slide, it is very easy to understand the elements of communication process. So there will be two parties, sender and a receiver of message. There will be media of communication. So whenever you are communicating, you are selecting one or the other medium for communicating that message. And lastly, very important thing, that is feedback. Unless and until speaker gets some feedback from the listener, he will not be able to understand whether the person has got the message properly or not. So all these are termed as elements of communication process. In the next slide, we are going to see types of communication. Now there are different types of communication, so we'll just have an idea about the same. So formal communication. Formal communication means communication which is taking place in a formal environment. Basically, we are talking about people who are communicating in a formal environment, like when they are at office, when they are at meeting, when they are at some other kind of a public gathering. So informal communication basically takes place when you are talking with your friends, relatives, so people with whom you are more acquainted with, and the communication topics may also differ depending on the environment. The third is visual communication, when you are making use of more of a visual medias for communicating the message, that will be visual communication. Non-verbal communication refers to the communication which takes place other than the words or other than the visual media. Okay, so it also includes your body language, your facial expressions, your appearance, how you are speaking. Okay, so all these things are going to mean more than what you are communicating verbally. Now if you see, research says almost 65% of the message is delivered using non-verbal communication. So most of the times, if you want your communication to be more effective, so you need to more focus on non-verbal communication. Now verbal communication, next one. So it includes oral as well as written communication. So when you are making use of words, that is what is verbal communication. Now you make use of words when you are speaking, and you are also making use of words when you are writing. So that is the reason why it includes oral as well as written communication. Okay, so hope you understood the difference in verbal and non-verbal. Now most of the times your non-verbal communication is going to complete your message, okay, or it is going to be supplementary to your verbal communication. The next, downward communication. When you go hierarchy wise, you can see when a senior person or people from higher authorities are talking to the subordinates, that is what is called as a downward communication. You can understand that a senior person is talking to a junior, so it's a downward communication. Okay, so exactly opposite, upward communication, when somebody from a lower rank is going to talk with a person who is at a higher rank. Now, if you compare this to horizontal communication, is very easy to understand when you are talking with someone who is of your same level, or when employee is communicating with his colleagues, that can also be considered as a example of a horizontal communication. Then diagonal communication, or that is also called as a crosswise communication, because there is no fixed direction where and how you are talking, so that is the reason why it is called as diagonal communication. Thanks for watching video. Hope you have understood the content.